Hello, all you beautiful people out there. So, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. Where to begin on this? So, my kids have been after me for a long time. They want to go to church. They want to develop a relationship with God, Jesus, and all of that. And they come up with some pretty cool things that, and I don't know where they come from. They get them from, whether they're watching them on YouTube videos or TV or friends. And so it's begun this huge search. Where do I fit in? Where do my kids fit in? What are they going to be teaching my kids? And I don't want my kids being taught to think less of people for whatever. I don't want my kids to think less of me or being taught that I'm lesser of a person. And so it's been a huge search for where to go, where to fit in. Talking with a lot of friends and family, and a lot of people go to a lot of different churches in my community, and they're all like, "Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to come. We'd love to have you come and join." And I'm like, okay. And I don't know much about it. My background, being brought up strict LDS, and so there's the Reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and there is a branch that's kind of close, but still it's an hour away. And I know their official policy is not only are you welcome, but you're totally accepted. And that kind of brings into thought this going, how can you be welcome and yet not really accepted for who you are, and just allowed to be you and to feel love and all of that. So, it's kind of like I look at all the churches and I try and get to their websites and their parent websites, and it amazes me how within one or two clicks, your first click is, oh yeah, everybody's welcome, and then within one or two clicks, you're at their parent page, so not just the local church's page. And it's like, yeah, the greatest threat to family, to democracy, to this great country is homosexuals. And then it comes up on that word as I'm doing all of my research about churches, those that are in my area and those that aren't. I've come to the realization that if a church uses the word homosexual, they don't accept you. Flat out. Don't. And to varying degrees, but usually it is, yeah, if you're homosexual, if you're gay, lesbian, transgender, yeah, you're welcome to come and learn about God's love, but you can't be baptized into our church. You can't become a church member. There are some that, as it is that you're trans, you can't marry anyone because we don't know. And heaven forbid you make a mistake and you marry the wrong gender. And so it's like, and it keeps coming up. Don't go to any churches. And yet maybe at some time I want to try them all just to see where they're at. But then we go back to my roots. What feels home? I know we were invited to a gay wedding, and my kids absolutely loved it. The biggest problem I see with for my kids is it's kind of more adult oriented, and maybe I'm ignorant on the issue, but I didn't see like a Sunday school, a kids' church for kids to learn. Because how much are the kids going to learn if they're sitting in the pews, coloring, playing games, and we're distracting them so that they can be in a house of God. And I have a lot of friends. Jordan even today is going, Mom, you have a lot of friends, and they're all over the place, and it's pretty amazing that they are, and that. So, and I have a lot of friends that are predominantly in one religious group, and it's not one that people think of as being welcoming to people like us, like me. And I've struggled with this all my life, and that. So, but I was born and raised Mormon, LDS, however you wanna say it. My parents get upset when Tammy says Mormon, and they're like, no, it's LDS, and yet, yeah, their official website is lds.org, and yet there is Mormon and Gay page that they have created, and stuff. So also this week, one of my favorite bands, Imagine Dragons, somewhere it came up that he did a documentary called Believer on HBO, and wow, I mean, it's just that, I mean, when we get down to the whole matter, how can we be welcoming and yet unaccepting? And how can you welcome somebody that is gay, lesbian, transgender, and yet go, yeah, you're welcome, but basically our underlying tone is we want to change you because we believe you're going to hell. And that's not welcoming. It's not come as you are. And it's with almost all of the churches, and at least all the churches in my tiny little town. And it's yeah, we welcome you, but we're hoping that we can change you so that we can save you. I don't know what people get if they save you. Do they get a feather in their cap? Is it like the army and we'll get little hash stripes? Oh yeah, these are the souls you saved. And so why people worry about it, I don't know. But as I was sitting there watching this documentary, Believer, and they kind of pegged out Utah because the lead singer's Mormon, and they're looking at 2007, 2008, the teenage suicide rate has been climbing, and in Utah it's climbing a lot higher than the national average. Probably for a variety of reasons, but it really tugs at your heartstrings that youth are committing suicide. I understand it. Been there. I have six flat out, this is it, I'm doing it, and attempts on my life that I count. Boom. I took steps, I had a plan, I formulated a plan, I took steps to implement those into actions. So I understand the suicide, and it tears your heart, and I'm just going to be the best example that I can. This is probably a discussion. It's probably going to go on for several weeks, but the end result of all of this is I've set foot inside a Mormon church a couple of times now. Once for a pancake breakfast in one ward here in our community, and up at Pilot Rock. And yeah, there's looks, and people say, Amber, why put yourself into this type of a situation? And I'm not sure why. I'm being pulled this direction or pushed this direction or thrown this direction. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's just me. And I mean, I have so many friends, and not one of them have ever said, Amber, we want to change you. We want to fix you. They're all just like, Amber, we love you. And yeah, there's some things that were said, but I'm over 10 minutes on this video, so it's going to be another week in that, but that's where it is. And I hope that my children can be loved and accepted and cherished for the precious children they are. We're all children of God, and God didn't make any trash. And there's only one perfect person on this planet, so we all fall somewhere in between that. And at times I've been on various steps of that, but that's where it is. That's what I'm doing. And that's where it's been interesting. I've had a couple of rough weeks. I call it PTSD, for lack of a better term, that I've been dealing with and getting my head right. And some people might think I'm still a few marbles short of being fully functional because of what I'm doing, but it's my choice. It's where I feel I need to be and what I'm doing. So, ciao, Bella, and I love you all, and we'll see you somewhere else on this wonderful path we call life.